Hello and welcome to the program. I'm Teniola Shoboale. At least 15 people have died in Mali's capital, Bamako, following heavy overnight rain that flooded several parts of the city. Torrential rain began during the night till morning, with residents waking to flooded streets, floating cars and damaged shops. The spokesman for the Ministry of Internal Security says the flooding caused serious damage and rescue teams have been deployed. At least 10 people were reported to have died in Nyamakoro, where a bridge was badly damaged. Residents blamed the local government for not managing the area, saying too much garbage had been left in the streets, blocking the evacuation canals. Now, a South African and 3 Britons have been killed after a small crash near Dubai International Airport. The 4-seat plane came down at about 7:30 p.m. local time, killing the pilot, co-pilot and 2 passengers. The flight was owned by UK-based Flight Calibration Services. It flies staff around the world to inspect and calibrate navigation aids, which include radars and landing systems for airport and airfields. Flights were delayed and diverted as the airport, one of the world's busiest, was closed for 45 minutes. UN Assistant Secretary General for Africa Bintu Keita has asked members of the G5 Sahel to urgently accelerate the full operation of the joint force so that it can finally reach its full ability. Briefing the Security Council on the joint force of Group of 5 for Sahel, Mrs. Keita says that many security operations are currently underway at the Sahel, often at the same time. They are led by the forces of the G5 Sahel countries together with international forces or as part of the joint G5 Sahel force. She says that in order to strengthen the command and control, it would be important to clarify the framework for the various operations of the G5 Sahel member states.
I reiterate the Secretary General's call to lift the geographical restriction on MINUSMA's support. I also reiterate his call for a caveat. Obviously, MINUSMA's main focus should and would remain support to the peace process in Mali, and as such, support to the joint force should not add any additional strain on the mission's resources or supply chain. Even once fully operational, the joint force cannot shoulder the burden of fighting terrorism and stabilizing the region on its own. A security-driven approach alone will not be sufficient to combat violence in the region in a sustainable manner. It must go hand in hand with our collective and coordinated efforts and a broader strategy encompassing poverty reduction, good governance, development, and humanitarian assistance and security interventions.
Now, Uganda's opposition figure Bobi Wine says the government of President Yoweri Museveni is strangling him financially by blocking his concerts and intimidating his business partners. The singer-cum-lawmaker, whose birth name is Robert Kyagulanyi, has rattled Museveni's government with his growing support base since he joined politics 2 years ago. Mr. Wine says security forces have cancelled at least 124 planned concerts since he joined parliament in 2017. Last year, he was severely beaten by security forces and has been charged with various offences, including treason and inciting violence.
All my businesses have been closed. All people that I have contracts with have been ordered to disassociate themselves with me. All people in the entertainment industry have been ordered not to work with me. All the music, sound service providers, stage service providers, all music promoters have been ordered not to work with me, and some have actually been paid in the tune of billions, not to work with me. They are certainly seeking to strangle me financially, but I'm glad that by the time they were too late to do this, because one, already the fact is that I come from the ghetto. There was a time when I had nothing.